Okay, another installment of cricket video, whatever we want to call it. Mostly cricket cards, some boxing. Um, but this one I'm pretty excited to go into what I think might be the most undervalued and also one of my favorite cricket players, and that is Harold Larwood. So Larwood has a very famous career. Started at the same time as Bradman. Bradman being the great Australian batter, and Larwood as the great fast English bowler. So these guys faced each other quite a bit over their first, let's say, 5 to 7 years. But then there was a huge controversy, which you should definitely look up. There's a good documentary on it, Bodyline, and there's also a whole series. There's a BBC mini series on it. But Larwood, fastest bowler ever. The guy could bowl literally 100 miles an hour, which, when you think about the fact that you're not allowed to bend your elbow, is astonishing. And so a couple cool things about him. One, he was definitely a thorn in the Australian side, and during the Bodyline series, he really messed him up. Two, his rookie cards are the same year as Bradman's. So one of the things I think is really neat is still 1928, but Larwood had a lot more rookies than Bradman did. He was in basically all the series from 1928. So here we start with the famous Test cricketer series, and there was a small version and a large, and I just got both of these. I did not have these, which is cool. And then this one looks very similar, but this is actually the Australian version of the Wills. So this is the very famous series that had Bradman's rookie too. I really think that this card might be one of the most undervalued cricket cards right now, because when you think about the Bradman version of this card, it has skyrocketed. It was probably a $500 card. In this condition now, which these are all really nice, the Bradman card is well over $1,000. So, I've got three now. I had two, and now I've got a third. And, if I see these, I will pick more up because I'm getting them for a very reasonable price. You next have the Major Drapkin. These are, again, 1928, and I have a few of those as well, but I picked another one of those up. Whenever I see these in really nice condition, a lot of times they're selling for basically the same price as a common card. I'll pick those up. Other ones that I already had were the Ogdens, which is the same year as Bradman, the very famous 1928-1929 Australian Test cricketer set. And then there's also an English version of the Wills from 1928 as well. So those are the ones I already had. This one might be the most rare of all the Larwoods. This is the 1928 Giant brand licorice. And it's 1928 because it's got the blue back. So this is, I think, his most rare rookie. I was lucky enough to get one, not in the greatest condition, but happy to have one. And then this one I had never seen before. I purchased off the same seller. This is from the next year. So this is actually a 1929, but I think this is a very rare card in very nice condition. So paid a little extra for this, even though it's not technically his rookie early issue, and I just think it's a pretty neat card. Other guys I picked up, second year Arthur Morris, second year O'Reilly and Laker, and a second year Woolley. So I have a few of these already, but this one's by far my nicest condition. Let me see if I can get this a focus. The Smiths Orchestra 1912. I got my first rookie of Ted Dexter. This is a series that's hard to find. 1959 Giants in Sport by Barrett. I had a Stan McCabe already from this series, but this one is much sharper, so I picked this one up. World's Best Cricketers, Amalgamated Press. I have a bunch of his 1930 players as well, but I think this is a much more rare rookie. Speaking of rare rookies, I did not have these. So Dennis Compton and Len Hutton had a couple other 1938s, but I recently became even aware that these existed, which are the Allen's Fruit Drops and the Allen's Irish Moss. So you can see it's actually two different backs, but Same series, both from 1938. Yeah, I think that Compton and Hutton are definitely undervalued. No one's really thinking about their rookies, but 1938, there's the players, which is very easy to find, so definitely recommend picking those up, and then a couple other sets as well. Second year, Sutcliffe. So he has a 1922 rookie, which I showed in a previous video. I did not know this would be this big. I mean, it takes up the whole top loader, significantly bigger than the other cards, and in really nice condition. I mean, this thing is really, really sweet. This is his 1924 issue, and I think this might be his only card from 1924, and it's definitely his second earliest card other than the 1922 rookie he has. I picked up another Wilf Rhodes. So this one has a back. The other one I had was blank. 1901. I did find he has one or two cards earlier than this that are really hard to find, but still really happy to have this early Wilf Rhodes. And then Martin Crowe. This is his rookie. I believe this is 82, but he was very young, age 20. So finally picked up one of his rookies. And then just got a couple of these cards cheap. Didn't have this Bradman or this Sachin. These are from 2009. I'll end over here. Some other recent pickups. Finally got an early CB Fry. This is from 1901. And I picked up another early Ranji. This is a Hobbs that I actually had a very poor copy of. This is the 1932 Sweetacre, so this is a much better copy of that. And then just some boxing rookies. So Sharkey, Owen Moran, Driscoll, those are all rookies. These are from 1908. And then Frank Earn actually had one earlier card from 1901, but really nice condition, over 15 years old cards. And then Henry Armstrong is a guy who shows up in the top 5, top 10 all-time pound-for-pound boxers, like all-time. A lot of lists have him as number 2 or 3 behind Sugar Ray Robinson, and ahead of people like Muhammad Ali, which just shows you how great this guy was. But I don't think the card, no one really cares much about this guy. This was a basically mint copy of a 1949 card. So I figured it's pretty sweet. I like this guy a lot, like learning about his history, so picked that one up as well. So those are some recent purchases, and have some more coming soon.